I really appreciate what these people are doing for us, letting us call home even though we have only 3 minutes to speak with our families. Listening to their voice is enough to humble our hearts, and also they know we are safe.
There is barely any room left in this camp. We've seen people sick and vomiting, open-air showers, and everyone here is sleeping on the ground. The problem is this situation isn't temporary. There's no long-term plan to deal with the thousands of people here in Tijuana and the many more thousands who are still expected to come.
Hello, good people. It's Rob Lee. I'm going to do a couple videos for you today and in the next couple days while I continue to work on my video, and another important video to me about the name of our Creator and the name of Jesus Christ and what's going on with that and how important it is, because it's incredibly important. So important that the video that I'm making on it may be 30, 40, 45 minutes, an hour, I don't know, but it's important because there's something big going on. For now though, what I want to do is, first of all, I want us to be protected and shielded by the blood of Jesus Christ, and through our faith in Jesus Christ, that none of these monsters can harm us. So in Jesus Christ, in His precious name, I ask the Almighty Father through His beloved Son to protect everybody who watches these monsters. It's important that we watch so we can learn. Television is meant to get a response from you, an emotional response. You see, they want you to invest yourself in their lie. That's what they do. And then they gain control over you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. They can control you. This is what television, the media, movies, all that's what music, that's what it is designed to do, right? So what I want us to do, folks, I want us just to look at some videos, and then I just want to encourage you. Many folks on the channel, not many, but some, because this is not a big channel, we're a small family, but folks have told me, hey, Rob, you don't watch any TV, you don't watch me, how do you know what's going on? If my Father wants me to know what's going on, He will see to it that I know what's going on. I have complete trust in Him. If I need to know, I will know. And maybe some people, they are supposed to watch. Maybe watch for others. I don't know. Okay, but I do know this. When you watch liars constantly, how can you ever trust the liar? I've said this before. If you're talking to a pathological liar, a person, and this person lies to you 90% of the time, after a while you would not talk to that person because you would deem them dangerous, unstable, a liar. I want us to look at a couple of videos here, and then we're going to look at quite a few, but I just want to, I would like to just to look at a few here. This is the 33, this is, you see the 33 pyramid, and you see serpent. It's your smart TV spying on you. You see the signs are everywhere. This is how they operate. And I've done many videos about this. I want you to look at this here. This is in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, we're told that a car lot in Louisville, Kentucky, there was a sinkhole and all these cars fell in, right? This is what we are told. And here you see it. What this was, folks, this was a model. This was a model. This never happened. But yet it went on the news, it went on the media, and people believed it. It went on YouTube. People actually believed it. Yes, people actually believed it. What does that say about where we are at? You see, when you look at that hole, you can tell that's paper mache. That's not real, folks. That is a skit. Those are model cars, probably about 15 to 18 inches long, about 6 to 7 inches in width, probably weigh 10 to 12 pounds. This is a play. This is a skit. People actually believe it. Look when they bring the cars out, folks. Look what happens. One of the cars is been totally demolished. Totally. It's rusted and everything in just 24 hours, so they tell us. Another one is in pristine condition. But yet people believe this. They believe it to be true. Let me take you over to Australia from Facebook. This is Gold Coast Health. And here's a mother, and she's going to work on millions of people by telling you that you need to get your child vaccinated with the pertussis vaccination so the child won't cough, it won't get sick, and potentially die. However, pay close attention to the baby. The baby's not real. It's not a real baby. This is not a real event because it did not happen, you see. Look at the baby, folks. It never takes a breath. Look at its ear. Look at its head. It's not a real baby. Now, I want to ask you, how much do you think of what you see on television is actually real? CGI, folks, is very, very real, and we're going to look at some CGI that was made at home by a teenager. I just want you to think about what's really going on here, brethren. Now, I want you to look. Remember the so-called terrorist event in LAX. This is what they wielded. This is what they showed you. This is what they wielded out for you. It's a dummy. That's a dummy. That's not a real man. You see, this was a drill, and all they do is they go and they make the drill live, and people will believe it, because at this point, most of this world has been blinded by the Almighty Father himself. You can say it's the devil. No, the devil's doing the work, but the Father has put the blinders on. You see, this is the same thing with movies. Everything is so they can treat the people like cattle. That's the idea. That's what this is all about, brethren, is to treat the people like cattle. Now, I want you to look at something here, brethren. I want you to look at this first video. This is made at home by a teenager on his computer. On his computer. If he were to put this, to send it to CNN, they could imagine what they do with their billions. He could put this on the news, on the internet, and I'm telling you, there would be tens of millions of folks in this country that would sit down and say somebody had came to that neighborhood and actually did this. This is the truth of where we are at, brethren. All right, good people. So what we're going to do now, folks, is we're just going to go to Moore, Oklahoma. All right. And this is where a tornado came through, so they tell us. And you're going to see something. This is a CGI set. This is not a real tornado site. Okay, that's not a real house. Okay, and that's not a real catastrophe in the background. That's CGI. And I want you to see how Wolf Blitzer and this woman are going to play a propaganda role for you, a skit for you, to do one, to mock you, to make you believe they're on the site of a tornado, and two, this woman is going to deny Jesus Christ, because that's the idea, because Wolf Blitzer is a Babylonian devil and the woman is an atheist. And then we'll go to some other videos and you can watch for yourself, and you can see the abundance of lie after lie after lie. And I hope that you will take a long, hard look.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Such a sweet little guy.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're blessed.
Yeah.
Brian, your husband, is blessed. Anders is blessed.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. You like Brian, huh? That's your dad. But we're happy you're here. You guys did a great job.
Yeah.
And I guess you got to thank the Lord, right?
Yeah.
Do you thank the Lord for that split-second decision?
I'm actually an atheist.
Oh, you are? All right, don't thank the Lord. But you made the right call.
Yeah.
We're so happy that you're happy. A nice story.
You see the balls. Yeah.
The bowling balls. All right, he's 18.
Strategic warm water port for a country where much of its coastline is frozen in by ice, especially during the winter months. Part of why it is so valuable to Russia to have the Crimean Peninsula as a place where its native...
Joe, thanks. New on Sunrise, Frank Ocean tells a major fast food chain to buzz off. And which celeb peed in a glass jar?
Frank Ocean tells a major fast food chain to buzz off. And which celeb peed in a glass jar?
Frank Ocean tells a major fast food chain to buzz off. And which celeb peed in a glass jar?
Frank Ocean tells a major fast food chain to buzz off. And which celeb peed in a glass jar? Interesting question.
Frank Ocean telling a major fast food chain to buzz off. And which celeb peed in a glass jar?
Happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially
on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially when you got a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday. A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on their birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially when it comes to their birthday.
Absolutely.
A child's happiness is... A child's happiness is...
Well, a child's happiness is...
A child's smile is priceless.
A child's happiness is...
You know, a child's happiness is...
A child's happiness is...
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless.
The Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may... Economic factors may take...
Economic factors may take some...
Economic factors may take...
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
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 Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby says, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Baby.
Mr. President, earlier this year you told us you had ordered your administration to cease and desist on payments to journalists to promote your agenda. You cited the need for ethical concerns and the need for a bright line between the press and the government. Your administration continues to make the use of video news releases, which are prepackaged news stories sent to television stations, fully aware that some or many of these stations will air them without any disclaimer that they are produced by the government. Comptroller General of the United States this week said that raises ethical questions. Does it raise ethical questions about the use of government money to produce stories about the government that wind up being aired with no disclosure that they were produced by the government?
Please, I beg for forgiveness. I never should have allowed myself to be allured by the United States administration to commit a crime in this country. I committed my crime of taking out the important political slogan from the staff-only area of the Angakto International Hotel. I entirely beg you, people and government of the DPR Korea, for your forgiveness. Please, I have made the worst mistake of my life, but please, act to save me. Please.
After faking a news conference, instead of facing the usual grilling from journalists, the Emergency Management Agency had its own employees, you see them sitting down right there, pretend to be reporters and ask the questions. Well, now the White House is responding.
It is not a practice that we would employ here at the White House, or that we certainly don't condone it. We didn't know about it beforehand. FEMA has issued an apology saying that they had an error in judgment when they were attempting to try to get out a lot of information to reporters who are asking for answers to a variety of questions in regards to the wildfires in California. It's not something I would have condoned, and they, I'm sure, will not do it again.
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of...
We're going now to Saudi Arabia and Charles Jaco. Charles, are you still hearing me? Charles
yes,
Jaco is just
the air raid sirens are just now going off here near these U.S. bases in Saudi Arabia. We've sent the entire camera crews inside right now. We're all preparing to put on our gas masks, as we've been told. There are sounds of planes overhead. We don't know whose planes there are, but air raid sirens are going off insistently. There are military convoys on both sides of me. We're being told to get off this platform and get inside into the air raid shelter immediately. But right now, everyone's been training for this, and it looks like we may have to.
All right, Charles Jaco, that doesn't mean that he is in any imminent danger. Of course, we can't know that.
CD, if you need to take cover, I notice that you've got your gas mask in your hands. If you need to put it on, please do so. If you need to take cover.
People are looking up in the skies, scanning the skies to see what they can see. Hi, Atlanta. We're about to have a short course in missile identification. This is a Scud. You can tell it by its distinctive label. Now, when the missile is launched, the first thing you look for is the plume sticking out behind it. Now, when you detect this, you can tell it's been launched. Thank you.
Graffiti on it? Yeah, show me graffiti.
Larry King show or bust. Je suis un journaliste américain. Wolf. Wolf. Oh, I love this country so much.
You guys just don't have a clue.
Well, Cheryl, it was almost exactly 2 hours ago when the sirens went off here in Saudi Arabia. Where we are in eastern Saudi Arabia, there was no problem. Now, let me just size my mask and fit it for a second, just like I always do. Stand by, please. All clear. They're... Shh. What are they saying? Are they saying all clear?
Yes, ma'am. I can't hear.
Were they saying all clear down there just now?
Okay.
All clear. All clear. Está bien was a false alarm. Got that, Atlanta? Standing down now. I'm gonna go get my hamburger and my coffee.
Good. We just got the all clear.
All clear.